It is finally time, you guys. I am hitting the road again for another road trip. And unfortunately, that means packing all the crap I had in the van and have taken out over the past 2 months of being home, find it all in the house, bring it back in the garage and pack it all back into the van, which taking all of your most important belongings and packing them into a van after they've been spread out is not quite the easiest thing as you can imagine. But that's what I'm gonna be doing today. This time I'm going on a 2-month road trip. I've mentioned it in some of my other videos, but I'll be heading towards the Death Valley area, Southern Cali, a little bit of Arizona. It's gonna be some fun stuff coming up. But before we get into the whole travel stuff, I've got to pack up Mr. Fred back there. I traveled for a month earlier before, and I packed all my stuff in there. But since then, I've been home for about 2 months, and all of my stuff has been spread out into the house and the garage, and it's everywhere. So first things first, I'm gonna go get all of my stuff because I don't know where it's at, and I'm gonna bring it and put it probably like down there somewhere. I don't really know. And then we'll pack it in, but yeah, it's gonna take a while, and it's gonna be a mess, but we'll get it. So I guess before I get too far into this video, I better introduce myself. My name is Bronson, and this is my Astro van named Fred that is completely yellow, and I'm traveling in him today, full time. So full on van life, traveling, yeah. And here is the inside. Coming around here, I built it out this past summer, building it out into like the perfect camper van for travel. And it's worked out perfect. I really love this build. I did a great job on it, and I mean, I guess you'll see more of that later when I start putting stuff in there, but it's a great build. Stick around, you can see the inside a little bit, but yes, my name's Bronson, and I am a full-time traveler in my Astro van. Alrighty, so here is the inside of my van from the passenger seat. And as you can see, it's pretty cozy in here. These lights make it nice and warm. And seriously, it's a vibe in here at night. I love this van so much. I'll give you a little bit of a tour here real quick. So this is the inside of my van. Here's my bed. Over here is my kitchen counter. I've got a sink back there. Got my sink there. My stove top here and some spices. I've got a little bit of storage. There you go. And then coming over here, I've got some more storage, which I can turn on. Boop. Ton more storage, which I will be loading a ton of stuff up into this bad boy today because it is one of my main storage areas. Over here, I've got my driver's seat and my swivel seat passenger seat with a 12-volt fridge in between. Saved my life. That's pretty much the majority of this build. I mean, it's kind of simple, but it's cozy. I love it. It's really nice in here. I think first I'm gonna go through all my food and put it away, or organize my food, because that's the easiest thing to do. There's a lot of stuff in here. A lot of stuff I gotta add into the van. And, it's gonna be interesting trying to make it all fit right. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so starting with food, I've got to load food into my van. So coming in here, this area is my food storage, and I will be loading all of that food in here today. As you can tell, there's still quite a bit of food down there since my last travels. I gotta fit more. It's gonna be full, but it's always nice to have food when I need it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Lots of stuff. Oh my goodness. I do not have that much storage space, man. Of course, I've got to get tuna. That is a staple for my diet. Tons of protein, tons of healthy, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff in this that's good for you, and it's cheap. So tuna has seriously been like a staple while I've traveled. I ate this probably like 30 times, and it's so good. I'm a little bit weird with tuna, but you know what? That stuff is delicious, and I'll eat it every day. That is full. Holy moly. I have way too much food in there right now, but at the same time, I don't want to give any of it up and leave it behind because it costs money, and this is free for right now. Or I paid for it already. Some of it's free. I don't want to waste it, so I'm bringing it all with. Eventually, I'll eat it all, but for probably a few weeks, that's going to be a messy place. Alright, now I think I am going to load up all of my computer stuff in there, like my laptop, my iPad, and some accessories, camera accessories, stuff like that. Get it all loaded in there. Because I know where that goes. That goes in the certain storage, you'll see. That'll get some important stuff taken care of. Get it out of the way. So first of all, I've got my laptop here, which I edit all of my videos on. And that I usually have just been putting down here at the very bottom. It's nice and flat, so it stays out of the way. And then usually I throw my iPad right up on top of it. Then I've got a little camera, probably just throw it in there somewhere. This nightmare of a charger. It can just be thrown in there too. And then I've got my 2 terabyte external hard drive, very important. Probably just throw in there as well. And some SD cards. Sums that up pretty good. I've also got a sick flashlight. Whoop. Turns off. Then I got a pack in there. Of course, my GoPro. Don't want to forget GoPro. And then I've got a book. By the way, this book I had one of you send me. I won't call you out specifically, but if you're watching this, you'll know who it is, and I know he will be watching it. This is a custom-made, handmade, homemade book he sent me, and it's like the coolest thing ever. So if you've been on this channel for a while, you'll know that I like to write everything down that I did during the day. Like a journal, but like a summary journal, just to keep track of all of my travels and all the things I did. And well, he sent me a freaking crazy awesome notebook. Look at this thing. That is like the coolest book I've ever seen. It's all leather, all this super cool paper stuff. It's like really antique looking. It's really cool. I love this. So I'm bringing this along to write like all of my travels, like a travel journal in this book. And that way I can look back when I'm 60 years old and read all the cool things I did. But this was an awesome gift. So the individual who sent me this, thank you. I appreciate you. This thing is seriously very awesome. Then I've also got another little notebook. I don't want to put a bunch of stupid stuff in this one, so I put the stupid stuff in this one instead. And then a headlamp, and that'll all go in this somewhere. Oh yeah, got some new hiking shoes. My last travel, I actually wore out a whole pair of hiking shoes, so definitely needed some new ones, and these bad boys are awesome. So all my shoes I just put down in here. You guys have been around my channel since the last time I traveled. You'll know that my feet got real stinky. And leaving these in the van was not excellent, so I got some foot powder. Hopefully that'll help with the stench a little bit, because that enclosed space, it gets a little stinky, believe it or not. And my shoes, man, hiking all the time, not the greatest combo, as you can imagine. All right, so now I've just got my camera bags, my hiking backpack, and some other miscellaneous things, but for the most part, stuff's loaded. Oh, and my tools. I've still got to get all of my tools put in there. But I'm going to open up the back and double check I actually have everything and throw my hiking backpack and camera gear back there. This is my 4-foot long drawer that slides out, and I store a ton of stuff in here. I've got sleeping bag and fishing gear and hammock. I got everything, hiking backpack, and now some camera gear as well. It is perfect storage for a whole lot of stuff, and I use it a lot. Okay, so this is my camera gear backpack, which I use a whole lot when I'm hiking. And since I use this so much, I actually want to keep it somewhere where I'm gonna be able to access it often. And so I generally, when I was traveling, I would leave that right there. I'd just leave it on the seat all the time, or maybe on the floor. But most of the time I kept it right where I could reach it because I'd use my camera all the time, and I didn't want to be without my camera when I needed it. Does that make sense? Like, let's say there's a bighorn sheep 10 feet away from me. I didn't want to have to get into the back of the van to take a picture of the bighorn sheep. I just wanted to reach over, grab my camera, and take a picture. So I always had my camera there, and I'm certainly glad that I did, because it came in handy a few times. So that's what I'll do again, is get this and put it right there. That works. Passport. I may or may not have plans to be going into Mexico a little bit on this little road trip, so we're gonna throw this in just in case, because I might be needing it. Alright, now I just have to go through all my freaking tools to figure out what I actually need and what I don't need. I am certainly not gonna take the big storage containers. I have a different storage for them, but mostly I'll just be taking like hand tools and stuff like that, sockets, that way I can fix it, whatever needs to be fixed, because if I'm stuck out there on the road, man, that would suck. So this is gonna give me a way to hopefully patch something together or replace parts when I need, because I guarantee you eventually something on the van is gonna break down and I will be stuck, stranded out in the middle of nowhere. Hopefully this gives me the opportunity to get unstuck and unstranded for a little bit cheaper. So these are actually the only tools I need to put back in there. kind of funny, that's all, but that is it. I thought I took more out than that, but apparently I don't think I actually did. So just 2 pair of channel locks and a little torpedo level. I probably will never need this, but you never know. I kind of took my bed apart already just so I could see what tools I had in there, but this is where I store my tools. So my bed's pulled to the side, this is underneath. And I've got a little cabinet space in here where I've got all my tools stored. So here's all my hand tools. I will just grab them bad boys, throw them right back in, and should be good to go. As soon as I, zip it up. Yeah, they just barely fit in there. All right, so the only thing I actually forgot to do was to get some extra clothes. Believe it or not, I already packed clothes like 3 weeks ago because I thought I was leaving then, but things changed, and yeah, they've been sitting in the van ever since. So I just wanted to switch a few clothes up. So I've got some long johns to stay warm, and I just wanted to get another t-shirt. And that's pretty much it. Other than that, I have everything I need, other than a few more groceries, which I'll need to run to the grocery store to get. Ooh, kitty cat. My clothes storage actually looks pretty small, but you know what? It's not too bad, actually. I mean, it's stuffy, of course, but it could certainly be a lot worse. So here's pretty much the final product. A big, messy gadget area, a chuck full clothes area, and a great spot for some stinky shoes. All right, everything is packed. Now I just got to fill up the water tanks, which is going to be a chore in itself. And just like that, we're ready to roll. This is the big moment, you guys. Leaving home. Said goodbye to everybody. This is it. Everybody tells you how great traveling is, and truly it is great. I love it. But I'll never get over how hard it is to leave. Seriously, this is... it's a hard moment, man.
Now that I'm officially on the road, my first step is going to be to stop at Walmart and grab some groceries that are going to last me the next few days.
Total, that was $31. So my last video you guys seen was really popular actually, so a lot of you are new here. I did a price breakdown of all my food costs, and I'm gonna track it even better this time. So this is the first grocery stop out of all the ones that I'm gonna be doing, and it was $31.04. And this food will last me quite a while. I got a pretty good chunk of meals here, so I'll keep track of it and kind of show you what I got here. That way you can see what $31 gets you going as pretty much as cheap as possible. A good thing that I get is this rice. It's like $1.28 for a pack, and it'll last me 2 days. So usually I cook some meat and a pack of this, and that meal will last me 2 days. So $1.28 plus probably $5 worth of meat. Divide that by 2, that's like pretty freaking cheap for food. And then I've got pasta. I've got some cream of mushroom for a meal tonight, actually. Some corn. And bread. Bread. So that's all the dry food I got for a little while. I still have some from my last time traveling, so technically I'll be cutting into that budget, but not too bad. And then for cold food, I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I've got butter, onions, don't go out. I've got some milk, tortillas, throw in there right off the bat. Some brats, which I'll be eating some of them tonight. Some more corn, cheese, of course, a great staple, edamame beans, because they are delicious. And yeah, actually that's it. But a lot of this food is probably going to last me this whole entire road trip. And I did the math yesterday, and it was like 40 days worth of traveling. I'll be gone for 40 days until I get home. So a lot of this stuff, I think I'll probably not eat all of it. Maybe I will. It sounds stupid now that I'm saying it. I think I will eat all of it, but it'll last me a while. This grocery trip's gonna last me quite a while. Doesn't seem like a lot of food, but I will make it last a while. All right, now go get some gas. Back to living in a vehicle I can't even stand up in. What side is my gas tank on? I forget. Pretty sure it's on the driver's side. Pretty freaking sure. Yep, gas tank sure is on this side. I'm pretty sure this is about the cheapest gas is going to get my whole travel. All right. We've got gas, we've got groceries, we've left home. All there is to do now is adventure. If you're new here to the channel, I appreciate y'all for watching my videos and seeing all about my life and my adventures. It's gonna be crazy, I promise. There's gonna be some cool stuff. I'm not like a normal van lifer. I feel like most of them on YouTube just sit in their vans and I'm gonna cook dinner tonight, which I'll cook dinner on my videos, but you know what? I'm gonna go hiking and I'm gonna explore and I'm gonna do some cool stuff that no other van life people do. I'm an active person. I love snorkeling and hiking, and whatever's there, I'm gonna do it. I promise. I'm gonna do my best to do it. So stick around to see some actually cool content rather than just sitting in my van, which I'm sure I'll have some days doing that. But I'm actually gonna cut the video off here. I feel like this is probably a long enough video as it is, so I'm gonna end this one here and start a new one here in a second. I'm gonna be heading down to some hot springs tonight out in the cold, but I think I'll be the only one there. At least I sure hope so, especially on a Sunday night. It's Sunday, by the way. Follow along, make sure to hit that subscribe button, that way you can see my future adventures and all the crazy places I'm gonna go. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time.